Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Happy Monday, though. Hold on, now I'm all tangled up. See, it's always a problem when I get into this darn studio. Oh, there's always something going on. Hey, it's the dawn before the snowstorm. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com. Roku TV, I am sorry for my 8-minute delay here. I had to go and turn the boiler on. It is a little bit cold down here. 13 degrees outside and about 37 in here, but we got a great show coming up for all of you. I need my screen. Stridin Survivin comes down the pipeline in just a couple of minutes at 9:20. Alice is going to join us and fill us in on just a really cool event that's coming down the pipeline in March, and really just what this organization does. Alice joined me a couple of years back and was filling me in on Stridin Survivin, and I still believe I have one of her cards from 2 years ago, but wonderful organization, and we'll get more details. Then at 10:35, we're going to be talking to Community RV and Boat Storage. Jon and Lisda joined me on Friday because of just scheduling, and I'm telling you what, great conversation, and what a great facility. One in Jerseyville now, one in Brighton, and we're going to get all the latest on that too. But at 9:09, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. It is a cold one this morning, and it's the dawn before the snowstorm. See? Getting creative out there today. Here's what you need to know on this 17th day of February. We'll take you to top of the hour news. The Granite City man, Jeremy Mifflin, faces 13 felony counts of predatory criminal sexual assault of an 11-year-old victim. Reported the abuse to a teacher, allegedly occurring between February 1st and the 10th of this year, just a few weeks ago. The assaults were disclosed when the victims mentioned Mifflin's creepy behavior. Following an investigation and executed search warrants on Mifflin's residence and phone, they uncovered corroborating evidence, including explicit materials. The victim provided further details during an interview with the Madison County Child Advocacy Center. Mifflin, who denies the allegations, remains in custody amid an active order of protection set to expire in March, and we'll keep you updated on that awful story. Also in the news today, Madison County Sheriff's deputies and the Illinois State Police troopers responded to reports of an early gunfire this morning in the unincorporated portion of Staunton. Victim was found around 3:20 a.m. in the intersection of 3rd and Adams Avenue. Preliminary investigations do indicate that the victim met with the suspect at the location when several shots were fired into a vehicle. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, is what they're saying in this report. The suspect then fled, but authorities later identified and detained the individual at a residence. Investigators deemed that those involved were familiar with each other and suggested it wasn't a random act of violence. We'll keep you updated if any more details do trickle out on that. Also in the news today, also, Stan Brandon called me. Dan, I'll call you right back in the middle of a show. Also in the news today, a residential structure fire in Verdon on February the 15th led to the tragic death of a male individual who was pronounced deceased at 10:06. The Macoupin County coroner, Anthony Cravagna, confirmed that the identity of the deceased and the cause of death. They're currently under investigation. RiverBender.com will keep you updated. The autopsy is scheduled for today. A press release will follow the autopsy and identification. Multiple agencies, including the Verdon Police Department and the Office of the State Fire Marshal, they're collaborating on the investigation and will be promising to provide further details and updates as soon as they can. Chris Rhodes is at this Madison County Courthouse and providing us more details on the Bryce Andrews trial as it began for that double homicide of the adoptive father and husband. The trial of Bryce Andrews commenced at Madison County's Justice Center, where he faces multiple charges, including 4 counts of first-degree murder. Andrews chose a bench trial, with his defense acknowledging that he killed his adoptive father and his husband, but attributed his actions to an undiagnosed mental illness. The prosecution alleges the victims were stabbed 117 times and that Andrew attempted to conceal the crimes by burning the bodies and the house. Witness testimony revealed the gruesome details of the scene where the bodies were found. The trial continues, and we'll keep you updated as Chris Rhodes relays that information to all of us. The Wood River Fire Department responded to a vehicle fire that spread to a house on Bonita Street on February the 16th. Firefighters dispatched to the 300th block after reports of fully engulfed vehicle which ignited the site of a nearby residence began to manage the escalating situation. A box alarm was requested, bringing both support from Roxana, East Alton, and Rosewood Heights fire departments. Firefighters were there to swiftly extinguish the blaze, preventing further damage. Thankfully, no injuries were reported during this incident. And finally, in the news today, a new dining option. Fountain Hill is preparing to open its doors in Grafton on March the 1st at the former Finn Inn location. Owner Sonny Asani, who previously ran Santino's, aims to create a welcoming atmosphere for the community, serving steaks, pastas, and seafood. A grand opening celebration, which will feature a free complimentary buffet from 5 to 7 p.m. with an early start for the Alton residents. As a thank you from Sonny, from 4 p.m. to 5, the restaurant emphasizes family values as Asani plans to work alongside his son. Fountain Hill will preserve the charm of Finn Inn, including those iconic fish tanks. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this morning. It's 9:14. It's cold, but let's take a little bit of check of weather because, we're getting some here in about less than a day. Winter storm warnings have been issued, and they're commencing, today until the 19th. Heavy snow is possible. Total snow accumulations 4 to 8 inches in portions of south central and southwest Illinois and east central Missouri from late tonight through Tuesday late. Impacts could be travel, making it very difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact the Tuesday morning and evening commutes. That's the National Weather Service Winter Storm Advisory. Today, quite cold with considerable clouds and a little afternoon snow. It'll accumulate to a coating to about an inch. And then tonight, overcast and bitterly cold. Periods of snow late. It will accumulate and coat to about an inch. Watch for slippery spots tonight. And if you know somebody in need, the overnight warming locations, please fill them in. Currently, right now in downtown Alton, it's 13 degrees. It feels like 15 out there. 15 out there. Air quality today is at 26, which is good. And as for everything else, it's all really just kind of at zero. Today, temperatures reach 21 degrees, and they're going to drop down to 5 pretty quick this afternoon. Expect snow flurries that will accumulate to less than an inch to about an inch. Tomorrow, that's when we're getting the snow, my friends. A high of only 10 degrees and a low of 5. I am popular today. On Wednesday, a high of 14 and a low of -3 degrees on Wednesday. On Thursday, a high of 15, a low of 1. And on Friday, the 21st, a high of 25 and a low of 11 degrees. That's a look at the next 5 days. But let's look at this weather radar here on RiverBender.com real quick, where you can get a little bit of an idea here on when we can start to see some of this snow coming in. And, like we said, nothing to really worry about on Monday too much, but we'll show you anyway here. This is Monday. afternoon. As you can see, a little bit of snow. They're calling for a pocket of that. That's about 1 p.m. today. And that's about it. Now, later on tonight, you'll see this start to creep into the area, and by 3 a.m., there's the first little batch of it. And from what they're saying, that's the first band, nothing to really worry too much about. And then by 1 to 3 p.m., as you can see, we're getting the snow. And then by 6, 7, 8, and 9, we're just going to keep getting more snow. So if you can maybe get out of work early tomorrow, maybe get in early, get out early, it'll be a pretty good day. Anyway, that's a look at what's coming down the pipeline in the next 24 hours. And here's a look at what's happening now. It's 13 degrees. It feels like it's cold. It's 9:17, and that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. 618-465-4545 for time and temperature throughout the day. And you can also download the RiverBender.com app, because let me tell you something. The other day, I got a weather alert from RiverBender.com, and guess what? 10 minutes later, I got one from one of the bigger regional news stations. We pride ourselves on getting that information out to you as quickly as we can. You can download that app in the Google Play and Apple stores today. While I have you, before we take that quick break, let me fill you in on Absolute Healthcare, where their cause is your care. And I think it's so important to talk about that, because caring for a loved one is really a full-time job. And if you've been down that road, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, anyone that's been in that position knows that, it can be stressful on the caregiver so many times. And at Absolute Healthcare, they're there when you need them the most, even if it's just for a little bit of a break. And I think that's so important to talk about. That's where Absolute Healthcare steps in with their care services, and they provide temporary relief for family caregivers, so you can recharge while knowing that your loved one is still in the best care possible. And that's that peace of mind that you couldn't even put a price tag on. And I mean, seriously, I couldn't say more about Deb Ross and her team. I mean, she's fantastic. And at Absolute Healthcare, they're there for you every step of the way. You're going to know they're in great hands, whether it's for a few hours or even a few days. Go to ahcsllc.com. That's ahcsllc.com, or just call 618-466-1010. That's 618-466-1010, and learn more about how Absolute Healthcare can help your loved one and yourself today. A really great partner for our daily show. That's Deb Ross and Absolute Healthcare. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with a little bit more of our daily show and have a good old Monday morning, because it's going to get interesting tomorrow on Wednesday. More Daily Show next.
Another serenade and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may have won your hearts, but I know the game and you forget my name. I won't be here in another year. I don't stay on the charts.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good. Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 9:22, a little bit of change on this Monday morning, the 17th day of February. All right, Alice, I'm going to be honest with you here. I may or may not have said that Inauguration Day was President's Day because I knew it was Martin Luther King Day, and I don't know why I said it was President's Day. I think they should move it to the 20th of January because you're already there. Might as well make it your day. That's officially. True. I don't know. I'm kind of complaining for nothing here. It's the calm before the snowstorm tomorrow, and everything's looking good for Stridin Survivin ahead of your winter market.
Yes, it is.
How's everything going just for the organization as a whole?
Actually, pretty good. We have been working hard on our Fuel the Cure program, and last year we were able to help 85 individuals with gas cards, and we donated more than 800 care packages to local cancer care centers. So it's been a busy year, but a good year. So
well, it's really incredible though that you've been able to help that many people, and just for the folks that are tuning in to realize that there's that much of a need too.
Yes, actually, this was our second year. Our first year was a bit slower. I think it was around 30 people that we were able to help, and so it's really rewarding. We constantly get thank you notes from the people that have received the gas cards and that, and it's nice to know that you're able to help somebody.
Well, I think that it's one of those things where so many times, the battle of a lifetime, which we've talked about before a couple of years ago, but when you're in that moment and you're trying to focus on your health, those things, like gas cards and making sure you even have, the daily necessities sometimes becomes second thought because you're just so you're focused on your health,
Right.
And money.
And a lot of people, they have just gotten hit with a huge bill.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do their treatments. And so we've received a few people's messages saying it hit them at just the perfect time, that they had just gotten a large bill, and that really helped them get through some stuff. So. And
now, how did you start this Fuel the Cure program with Stridin Survivin?
Well, originally we were working with another group out of Breeze, and they had a gas card program. So we've donated approximately $30,000 to that program.
Whoa.
And one of our volunteers wanted to raise some money during the COVID times, and so she was making face masks, and all she really wanted to do was make like a $250 donation to our cause. But so many people wanted face masks that she actually is the reason that we were able to start Fuel the Cure, because she sold so many masks during that time. So that is one of the good things that came out of COVID, that we were able to help other people.
Just incredible. And, folks, if you're just tuning in, Stridin Survivin, two core missions: to raise awarenesses of cancer, as well as raise funds for cancer research and patient services. And a majority of that is it's supporting cancer research and wanted to help families going through cancer treatment. So with these gas card programs, it really provides that just a little bit of relief for somebody, that they don't have to worry about gas of all things when they're trying to take care of their health, and like you said, worry about ridiculous amounts of medical debt.
Right. Yeah, we would like to do more. and maybe at some point we'll have the funding to do more. But, right now, we are busy trying to keep up with everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is incredible, and because you found a need. I mean, there's obviously a need for this. If you've, increased, the amount of people you're able to help, not just 100%, but even a little bit more than that, because, from 30 to 85, that's a big increase.
Yes.
And, what do you think, what do you attribute the growth of the organization to?
Getting the word out, having more volunteers from different areas. We try to promote the program as much as we can so that people are aware of it. We have a actual form on our website that if people know of someone that's going through treatment, they can submit the form just through the website, and it sends us an email, and we send off the gas cards. So
well, and on top of that too, if you go to stridinandsurvivin.org, that's Stridin without the G, and we'll take you there right now on the screen. You can see some of the upcoming events too, and I can zoom in here because I'm telling you what, I need glasses. I'm starting to get bad here. Coming up is the craft sip and shop, and we'll talk about the spring vendor craft sip and shop after the break. But the annual dinner auction is coming up too, just right after the sip and shop, and then the community yard sales, which that's a big one in Hamill. That's kind of a bigger deal.
It is a big deal, and people donate items that they don't want to do their own yard sales to us, and we take donations, and it's been very successful for us, and another good way to fund our gas card program.
When did you launch Stridin and Survivin?
2010.
That's incredible, and really just to see the growth here now, and this the last couple of years too, and it's really great, Alice. And does it make you feel pretty good to see the growth of it, and just knowing that you are helping families in need?
It does. My family has a long history of relatives going through cancer, and so being able to do something. Obviously, we haven't found the cure, but we're striving to get there. But being able to at least help these families in some way is great. So.
And you guys can help by donating to Stridin and Survivin and help those area families and help even more. If you guys keep growing like this, like you are, I mean, it just shows that no matter what, you can make a difference in somebody's life in any way possible. Go ahead and do it. A 501c3 nonprofit organization, and it's right ahead of the wonderful time of tax time and all of that. So if you didn't already get all that in for this year, well, you can do it for next year already. Start planning ahead for your deductions. But also now, if you want a little bit of a last minute, good donation and then a little bit of help on the backside too.
Right.
That's always my sales pitch for the folks that can open the pocketbooks up, But what I really mean by this is, and you and I have talked about it, cancer's touched so many people in this community, and we've all, in some way, shape, or form, saw that person struggling in that battle, and if they wanted or they didn't get, or it didn't go the way we've all wanted it to go,
right.
I think even to have this, it's one of those things that the first time I talked to you, it really did almost bring a tear to my eye, because that gas card is hope too for somebody.
Right.
Where, even if everything's going wrong and it's just not looking good, hey, somebody took the time out of their day to come together as a group and to really make sure that at least this thing's taken care of. And that's the good in people,
Right. Right. And I mean, cancer doesn't discriminate on wealth or any of that. And a lot of these people, we have the elderly that are on the fixed income. We have young parents who have a sick child. It hits all over. And, being able to provide something as small as a gas card might be, it's just nice to be able to let them know someone is thinking about them and trying to help out.
Well, I love it. I really do. And as a group, this is where I find it even more incredible. You've been able to, as a group, donate over $420,000 to date.
Actually, we're up to 450 now, so we need to update our website.
But that's incredible. I mean, and how many folks are a part of your group?
We have about a dozen constant volunteers, and then we have other people that jump in. So we have people from all over the Metro East area. So
wow. Well, I really find it incredible because, that's where I always look for, the weight of an organization based off, what you guys are doing. And the gas card program, I think, seriously, I always kind of mentioned it, still have some pamphlets about it in the store I was telling you about. But it's the fact that also coming together to raise all of this, all of these funds to truly help people. And that's what I think is just really great about this whole thing, too. And with Sip and Shop, do those funds go to the gas card program and just what you guys are doing as a whole?
They do. Basically, what happens with our Sip and Shop, our vendors buy a table or multiple tables for some of them, and they agree to donate an item, and those items are either used in our giveaways at the vendor fair or they are used on our silent and oral auctions. Mm-hmm. So our vendors go out of their way to help us with stuff, and we just like to make sure that, they get the support they need also.
Well, and you're right, because for some of those vendors, that's kind of make and break moments too, because they're, trying to stay above water too. And I think it's great that you're looking out for all parties in that.
Right.
Do you have a moment to take a break and we can come back and talk about the event?
Absolutely.
You stay there, we'll stay. See, I'm making you wait. That's a teaser in this business. We'll come back with more Daily Show right after this quick one on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show, 9:35. Stridin Survivin coming down the pipeline in just a couple of weeks. We're here. Actually, it's coming up 2 weeks. Man, February is a weird month, you know?
Yes, it is.
So this is really great. Stridin Survivin, spring and sip and shop at the hall. That's at the KC Hall, correct?
Yes, formerly the KC Hall.
And that's over there in Edwardsville, 7132 Marine Road, right on that drag of it, too. So it's a nice location. Big spot, too. Isn't it a nice spot?
It's a decent spot, yeah.
Well, and you have 32 vendors coming?
Yes.
That is incredible. How? And take me through the variety. You have a couple of different offerings?
We have a lot of offerings. We have makeup, so we have your Arbonne, your Rodan and Fields, your Mary Kay. We have the sublimation vendors that do like the cups with the
cool.
decoration.
Yeah.
We have cleaning, which is like Norwex. We have a baker that does the iced sugar cookies. We have treats for your pets. We have a new vendor who's doing kaleidoscopes and gonks.
Whoa.
Which he explained to me, and I'm going to mess this up, but gonks are similar to gnomes, but they're from a different country. So,
well, that's so fun.
So yeah,
that's cool.
And they're really neat looking. He brought his donation over already. We have nail strips. We have candles. We have goat's milk soap. Wood crafts, stained glass, spices, kettle corn. Mm-hmm. So we have a variety.
Well, and I think what's cool about this is you really do have a little bit of everything. It's not, everybody's a candle maker, which is still cool if you have that. It's just, I love the variety, especially to have some cool new stuff like the kaleidoscopes. That's something I haven't seen yet.
Right, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they're handcrafted and they're really pretty. So
this is awesome. Well, and KC's will also be serving barbecue?
Yes, they do. They serve it like the first weekend or the first Sunday of the month, and so we try to book our vendor fair on the same date so people can eat and shop and do it all. So.
Well, and throughout the day, there's other opportunities too, correct? You were telling me? During the break, you said after the vendors, there was something else?
We have our annual dinner auction on March 29th. And our vendors actually help us with that because they donate items from their business to support our auction.
Gotcha. That's what I was trying to figure out when we were coming back from the break when the music was rolling down. So that's where I find this even cooler because this is a real kind of teamwork approach where, you're giving them the opportunity and they're, with all this going on and there's a lot of people interested in this event. So they're going to get some love. And then on the flip side, they're at the auction supporting you all for, the big one this time around.
Right.
Love it.
And it's been great having them as a partner with that. So,
how many years has the vendor fair been going on now?
Oh, people ask me that, and I don't have an exact number, but I know it's over 10.
Wow.
We do a spring and a fall. So.
And now, what are we sipping on?
Last time we had some specialty drinks, and our volunteer is working on that with the KCs right now.
No way.
So I'm not sure exactly what they are, but it could be mimosas. It could be some specialty drinks that they've cooked
That's
up.
That's where I get into trouble. If I have a bunch of mimosas or screwdrivers in front of me, it's a long morning, Now, we can win prizes, too.
Yes, we actually do hourly. Well, it's actually more than hourly attendance prizes. We usually do them at least twice an hour, sometimes more. And they're items that people have donated to us. And we also have 2 big items that are valued at least $75. And the shoppers will receive a card when they walk in the door with a list of vendors. So we have 2 levels of support with our vendors. They can donate an item valued at $30 or they can donate an item at $75. And the main difference is those that donate at $75, the shoppers get an incentive to shop at those vendors. So their name goes into the drawing. So for every $10 that they spend at one of those vendors, they get an entry into the drawing for one of the 2 prizes.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And do we have a hint on what the prizes are going to be?
I don't yet.
Okay.
I've been, sadly, I haven't been home a lot, so I need to work on that. But we've had things like, what is it? I can't think of the name of the brand, but it's the Vera Bradley.
Oh,
We've
wow.
had like Vera Bradley travel bags or
that is incredible.
nice baskets of hair product. So we do a variety. And
Well, and that's what I think's really cool is you guys really go all out with it too. It's not, because we've all been to those ones where they hand you like a $5 gift card for the attendance prizes. But you guys take care of everybody that go. I mean, really make it a point to support everyone that's supporting you.
Right.
I love it. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
So on top of that, all you shop local vendors and crafters. Have you had any crafters and vendors that have been with you for the full kit and caboodle?
I'm pretty sure, we just lost our Tupperware because Tupperware went out of business, but she was with us for the whole time.
Tupperware went out of business?
Well, I don't know if they're totally out, but I think their direct sales from consultants is gone. Rodan and Fields. We've had different Norwex, but they're all under pretty much the same group. So yeah, we've got a few that have been with us for the whole time.
Wow.
So
I think that's even cooler too, because it shows the kind of partnerships that you all are making with the region, really.
Right.
Well, and now if somebody can't go to the sip and shop because they're out of town or whatever happens, can they still donate to you guys to support the mission and say, hey, I wanted to be a part of this and shop with your vendors today, but couldn't make it?
Absolutely. They can go online. We have a donate button on our website, and they can go online and do that, or they can always mail.
Oh, can they?
Yes.
Really cool. What's the P.O. box?
263 in Hamel, 62046.
Really cool. And then if you go right here to the website, this is the official donate portion right here of Stridin Survivin. But all you do to get there is click on that donate now button, and it'll take you right there. You can do a monthly donation of up to, $250 is what they offer you. But why don't you put in maybe 3 more zeros there? And
that would be great.
That would be amazing. Or you can make that one-time donation, as we talked about earlier, 501c3 nonprofit, so tax-deductible donations as well.
Yes.
So going into this, how long does it take to set up the fair? or the vendor market? Because I know that you've done it, a couple of years now, but it's still a lot of work.
It is. We usually start. Actually, we do a fall one. So we did our last one in October, and all the vendors are given an application then where they're actually allowed to fill it out that day and be put in a drawing for a free table. So we do some of it then, and then we start sending out to vendors and, going onto Facebook, looking at different areas, and we post our event on Facebook under the Madison County Vendors. And so basically we've been working on it since October.
Wow. It's just interesting to know all the work that goes in on top of, what you're, doing for other families too with the gas cards. And take me through this on your website if you could. How do I fill out the form to let people to let you know about an individual that might be in need?
There's a Fuel the Cure button.
Okay. Oh, just click on that one.
Just click on that one, and there's your questions. So you just fill in who's requesting and who the person is requesting for, what type of cancer they have, where they're going through their treatment. And when they hit send, it sends us an email.
That's good to know, just because if people can have the opportunity to do that for somebody and at least fill that form out, there's a chance you could help them potentially.
Right.
And with that being said, is there anything else we have to talk about when it comes just to the vendor fair?
No, I don't think so.
If you're just tuning in, the Stridin and Survivin Spring Sip and Shop will be March the 2nd. That's a Sunday at 1 p.m. How long does it run till?
Till 5.
1 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. And now this leads up to that big auction that comes up March the 29th?
March 29th.
And where's that located?
That's at the Moose in Edwardsville.
Okay. And now take me through a little bit of an overview of what we can expect there.
Okay. Well, we have a dinner that's catered by Saigon and Delaney. And we have a silent auction, an oral auction. We have various raffles, usually a booze raffle and right now we're selling raffle tickets for what we call the Fuel the Cure raffle. And we have the Dave Mendoza Band, which is we just actually saw them over the weekend. They're a great band, play some really great music, and they'll be there providing the entertainment. And the ticket price is $30 a person. It includes your meal and beer and soda for the night. So
really cool. And aren't you? We set something up to come back on and talk about that, didn't we?
we're going to.
Good. I wanted to make sure of it because I want to give you all the love that we can and make sure that we can really help some families in need. Because like I said 2 years ago, your mission is so cool. And I think that, every gesture is a good gesture. But when it comes to something like this and the meanings behind it and all the work I just think it's incredible, really. And so with that being said, we'll talk again in a couple of weeks.
We'll be here.
Well, with that being said, we'll see you at the hall, formerly the KC Hall, at 7132 Marine Road. That's in Edwardsville. We'll see you there in 2 weeks, March the 2nd at 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. for the Stridin Survivin Spring Sip and Shop. We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show comes back around the corner next.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I said, hey, Carmen. Come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend is sticking around. Take the load off.
The time is 9:49. Welcome back to Our Daily Show on this Monday morning. Hey, I think it's really cool. Dr. Kathy Wollner was on my show just a couple of days ago after her great interview with Dan Brannon about the kids' medical care book. And, it got so much love. I mean, seriously, it was like 7,000 or 8,000 people watched that short video alone. I wanted to bring it back to you. We're going to be having more live conversations, but a really good one on this book. I hope you get a chance to check it out. It's on Amazon. It's bestseller status. Dr. Kathy Wollner is such a great doctor. She was mine when I was a kiddo, and judging by all your Facebook comments, well, you love her just as much as I do, and we'll take you back to that great conversation now, right here at 9:50 on Our Daily Show.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Will you stay with me?
Welcome back, Daily Show 914. Dr. Kathy Wollner joined us almost a year ago at this time.
It was. I looked it up.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Well, I'm telling you what, I don't know who gets more love on RiverBender social media than Dr. Kathy Wollner. I mean, this article came out about the Kids Medical Care Handbook that you've written and self-published, and everyone just kind of dove in and said, this is amazing. How does it feel?
It's a bit overwhelming. I wasn't expecting the kind of response that it got, but it's very gratifying to know that people are appreciating it at this point.
Well, and before we dive into the journey about, how long it took and all of that, what was the reason for even starting the book in the first place?
Basically, just I think as an additional aid to parents, because things always happen to kids in the middle of the night, or when your doctor is out of the office, and not everything has to go to the emergency room or an urgent care, and just so that people can sleep a little more comfortably at night. I wanted to put the book together for information, some guidelines when the parents need to take their child to the emergency room, when they can stay home, what they can do at home until their doctor gets in the next day.
Well, and it's such a good point, because I've never been a parent, not yet. I'm still, like I told you, this book's for me because I still probably am a child. But what I think is so important is for first-time parents out there, I'm sure it's nerve-wracking when you see that first illness, or you see something that's just obscure, in the middle, and it always happens in the middle of the night or on a Sunday or a weekend, and
indeed,
we have to Google. And then that's where it gets even worse, and then all these problems start, and now we can just take a look at this and realize this is proven, data. This isn't just someone typing it on the internet.
Right. And basically, I wanted to have people avoid going to Google, because we spend a lot of time during office visits dispelling what Google said.
I'm telling you what, half of my doctor visit was you telling my no, he's fine. I think we'll be just okay. We don't need antibiotics today. And that's why it was good, though, because it was the honesty and just having that conversation. And now we can at least have a little bit of a jump start before we call the office or make that decision.
Exactly.
So
that was the purpose.
You started about 3 years ago, you said, correct?
Correct.
And off and on, and just was it just because you were just the timing wasn't there to really dive into it, or?
I think so. A lot of things between COVID and office management and lots of things just sort of got in the way periodically, and so this past year I said, okay, we're going to do it, and took a lot of extra weekends and stuff to put it together, but it all came together.
Well, I'd say so. Yeah, but it's just, what I think's amazing about this is just the way it looks, because at first I thought you had a national publisher behind you just because of the way it's presented, the colors on it. I mean, it's really welcoming for a parent, because we've seen those, especially you have those medical books or anything like that. You pick up one page and you're kind of overwhelmed.
Done. Yes. Yeah.
Was that a major point when you were putting this together?
It sure was. Yeah. To make it very simple, there's a lot of bullet points. I hate reading big paragraphs because I get lost in the middle a lot of times. So there's lots of bullet points, very specific details. And then I definitely wanted to include pictures of rashes, because those are horrendous.
That's what I just was opening to.
Yeah.
And because that's where I think a lot of the, I don't want to say paranoia, but the fear sets in, because you look at that and you go, is this a spider bite? Is this that? Is this a, nasty infection?
Right. Is this measles? Is this chickenpox?
Yeah. So this is just incredible. And what I think, so how did you break this down per issue or per factor?
So it took a while to decide the overall arrangement, but I decided to literally go from head to toe. And so we broke down the body into its different systems. So the head, the ears, the eyes, the throat, and on down.
This is really cool. And now, who helped you? Is it okay if we talk about who helped you do the?
It is.
Okay, yes. Cool. So take me through, because it's a beautiful book, and it's, like I said, it's welcoming. Who helped you with the design?
So when our children were growing up, we had a full-time babysitter who was from Italy. She spent a year with us as an au pair. went home and then decided she liked to live in the United States better and ended up going to Florissant Valley Community College and got her associates in art, and then won a scholarship to the Kansas City Art Institute.
Wow.
And got her degree from there. And then she's worked in industrial design since then. This was her first attempt at designing a book.
This is her first attempt?
Yeah.
Oh, she better stay in the business.
Yeah, that's what she's been told.
Well, and I just think this is it's incredible from front to back. And what I think really unique about this too is it goes so much further than just the typical FAQs that maybe we would come to think about. Just as the non-parent going, what would you look for? Fever, or the strep throats of the world and things like that.
Right, and part of that. Part of the effort was also to, dispel long-term myths. Like, for example, when people hear the word scarlet fever, not so much anymore, but grandparents still have this bad idea of what scarlet fever is. Mm-hmm. And it's historically, and there's a little quip under strep throat in there as to what scarlet fever really was. All it is a rash that you can get from strep throat. But way back before penicillin was developed, scarlet fever was, quotes, a killer. But they didn't realize that it was really the strep throat infection causing the scarlet fever that actually caused death. And then when penicillin came around, started treating all of the strep throats, and deaths from scarlet fever went away.
Well, and so this is incredible because I keep going through and I'm on that section and I was just, going through it, and you have this note, it seems like, on the back of each section of when is it time to go?
Right.
And so when it comes to that, how do you categorize, when it's time to go? Was it just based on just kind of that set standard that you kind of just observe and that you talk with your patients?
Indeed.
Okay.
And it's pretty standard of care in pediatrics too. It's what one pediatrician to the next pediatrician to the next pediatrician is going to recommend.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and, going into just those, dispelling some of those things like scarlet fever and other, I don't want to say wives' tales, but things that were maybe considered a grandiose event.
Indeed.
How many of those do you think people are going to go through this book and go, wow, I didn't realize that? Is there quite a few of those in this?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give me one good one? Scarlet fever's pretty good. That was a good starter.
True. Okay. Let me see. So, a lot of parents are going to not like me, but under extremities, where it talks about fractures and things, there's trampoline safety.
Oh.
Like the rules of jumping on a trampoline.
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's a big bulletin board. You will not miss it in this book. Wow. Well, and see, that's a good thing, too, because it's one of those things where if you don't really take a look at it, you don't put it out there, then no one's really going to be able to kind of learn from that. And you're right, no one under 6 should be on a trampoline.
No. So I just wanted to put a bunch of information in a compact little book that was handy, that you can grab off the shelf.
This is so unique, and I mean really unique. And, throughout this, take me through your office staff and everything else that's going on. Were they pretty supportive of this measure?
Well, I kind of kept it a secret.
Did you really?
And I had told a couple of people that this had been my dream thing that I wanted to do a couple of years ago. And then when I got the prototype book back from the publisher, I took it in and said, here's my dream. So
no kidding.
Yeah.
Were they fans?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have a moment to stick around? We'll come back and talk more.
I do.
We'll take a quick break. I'll pay a quick bill. $9.24, a little bit of change. You stay there. We'll stay here. The Kids Medical Care Handbook, written by yours truly, not me, Dr. Kathy Wallner. She's sitting right across the table. We'll come back with more conversations on this right afterwards.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois, with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'll be over the edge now in no time at all.
Welcome back, 928, a little bit of change. Back in studio with Dr. Kathy Wallner. And getting into this, it is, right now I was just telling you, my grandma got the flu, and there's so many people that are not doing too hot. What are you guys seeing in the office?
A pretty significant amount of influenza in all age groups. Fortunately, we've not had very many children hospitalized due to it, but from what we're hearing, young adults have been hit fairly hard, and some are in the intensive care unit requiring intubation.
That's awful.
Yeah.
And it just amazes me, though, for some people to be that young and you think, healthy body and really just maybe a bad illness for a couple of days to hear that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and now you were talking during the break about this bronchiolitis.
Correct.
Did I say it right?
You did.
Oh, I'm winning today. So is that what you're having conversation you think would be most kind of topical right now and permeate for just what's going on?
Specifically for children under 2 and even more so under 1, because bronchiolitis is caused by the respiratory syncytial virus, which is known as RSV. And that can cause very significant illness in infants and children with respiratory distress. We've had probably 10 or 12 of our babies hospitalized due to it this winter. So it's can be a very nasty illness for a lot of younger babies.
So is it one of those things where if you see something or see one of those signs, it's kind of a right away thing, let's go in as soon as we can, or there should be a marinating period?
So in the book, it describes specifically, like if they're just having runny nose and cough symptoms, but their breathing is still at a very normal rate and they're still feeding well, then it's okay, we can wait at home kind of thing. But if they're not feeding well, if their respiratory rate is above a certain rate, if it looks like they're working hard to breathe, those are things that we need to see them for.
And this says, there's a note here, is while the infant or child is not crying or upset. Because that doesn't, that's a good note to make in that too, because we only look for sometimes the distress signs that are vocalized.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's far better to assess what their breathing rate is and what their heart rate is when they're quiet, because both increase when they get upset.
And now it says, for some of this, what does it mean by when it says antibiotics are not indicated?
So because RSV is a virus, viruses don't respond to antibiotic therapy, only bacteria.
Okay. See, I'm learning so much. I hope you guys are too. And this is what you're taking away from this book. And it's just things like that, especially whenever you get to this kind of cold and flu season and you start to become almost a helicopter because you don't want your whole house to get sick. So you start to kind of peek through. This is wonderful. And now also what I find really unique in this book is you have a really unique appendix to this where it has, sections on medicine or on vitals and ways that you can kind of make your own hydration fluid.
Right.
This is cool. How'd you come up with this section? I just got to ask you, what was the thought here?
One, because we get calls from parents concerned about their child's heart rate and, but because children's heart rates are faster than adults, we can reassure them. So it's basically just hopeful reassurance and things that they can look for to say, oh, okay, this is okay. I don't need to worry.
Right.
Kind of stuff.
Well, just like this. I just flipped it to a page in the appendix and right here. This is a big one. Treating fever and pain with Tylenol. What's the recommended dosage, and what should you be doing with it, or what should you have in your medicine cabinet just for your normal day-to-day
kids usage?
Yeah. This is incredible.
Yeah.
So let's get to this portion of it because I feel like this is so cool. Is with the hydration, where you're telling people, giving them directions and ingredients to make basically their own Gatorade,
right,
and their own hydration drinks.
Indeed.
That's not just for kids. And I was looking through because we've all had the night where we just kind of need one of those IVs. That helps us. So these kids' books should help adults too, is what I'm kind of getting at. Because like the rash section and even things like temperature, because I'm a hypochondriac, I think I'm dying half the time if I get a cold. And just things where I could peek through and go, it's okay.
It is. Even in your youthful age.
Yeah. But so that's another big thing too. So if you're going through this, know that there's a couple of things that might be able to even help an adult out if you're kind of in dire straits at 1 or 2 in the morning and can't get in anywhere.
For sure.
I love this. When it comes to, this book too, you wrote about ticks and just some of the things that kids encounter outside. And we talked a little bit about like the wives' tales of scarlet fever. And I was surprised when we were talking about tick bites here, because how many times do we see the tweezers and we light it on fire and then we're taking a little microscope to make sure the head's off of it and it's not going to grow again.
Right.
Take me through this.
So, it's always been said that the head has to be removed when you remove the tick. Well, normally the head very seldom is left behind when you take a tick off.
Yeah.
Very seldom. But if it is, it's really not a big deal. The only thing that leaving the head in can cause is a bit of irritation right at the site.
Okay.
And then over the course of a couple of days, the body rejects it like it would like a little splinter or something.
Well, and that's just things like that where you aren't good. Because if you Google that one, that's where you get into some trouble.
Indeed.
That's where you get into some trouble.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I think it's great. I mean, and really on top of all the work that you do with families and your office does, to spend time in really writing this, I'm sure it took, more than the fair share of your normal work hours to get this done.
It did. But I think it'll be, if it helps a few parents, it will be worth it.
Well, I think it definitely will. And now, was there a hard part to this? Was it the how to present it, or was there a difficulty?
I think the real difficulty was probably how to organize it.
Yeah.
And we went through several different ideas before we settled upon this.
I just think this is fantastic.
Yeah. And then I ran it by our daughter, who's a PA, and said, I need this critiqued. What do I need to do? So.
Well, and just, I just open to the appendix, which I just find fascinating. And just going through and respiratory rates, what should the breaths per minute be? Those are already there listed. Temperatures, heart rates, and temperature conversions, just in case we don't know how to get those quick things done,
Exactly.
What's your message to families about this book, and where can we get our hands on it?
So it's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Mm-hmm. And they're also available at my office. They're $24.99. And
that's not bad at all.
No, wanted to make it quite reasonable. And I'm having a book signing next Friday from 4 to 7, just down the hallway from my office in Medical Building B at Alton Memorial.
Really cool. We'll link that into the article that we write up with.
Great.
What was your favorite section to write about? Because I know that you're very into this, to say the least. Was there one that you were looking forward to talking about the most?
Probably rashes.
Is it because I could see it just because of how many times you've had these conversations in your office?
Yeah. Yeah, because that was definitely one section that was going to be in the book.
Well, and that's what, I think so. This is just what I think is amazing, because I remember when I had my staph infection, and you took one look at it and said, you got to go you got to go get this checked out. That is not good. And without you saying that, seriously, it spread so bad in that 2 days. I had to get it sucked out of my leg and all of that, and it took you 2 minutes to go, do not sit here anymore and get out of here and go.
For sure.
Oh, man. Dr. Wallner, it's always great talking with you. I hope everything goes well with your book signing. I got to stop by and just get a photo, and we'll have to keep covering this, because this is really great for the local families and anybody around the world that can now buy it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
For sure.
We'll link everything on an article on RiverBender.com. Dr. Wallner, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. 9:37 is the time on this Friday morning. It's warm out there. 24 degrees. We'll be back after this.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Suck it in if you're in Tintin or in Berlin. Make it a spin move or else you'll win. And then begin to see what you're doing to me. This MTV is not for free. It's so PC, it's killing me. So desperately I'll sing the other love.
10:17. Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you on this Monday morning. Man, my sinuses are getting to me. Hey, welcome in. We aren't going to do top of the hour news. We're a little bit past that time, and we have a great conversation that is coming down the pipeline with Community RV and Boat Storage. Cannot wait to have Jon and Lisa on the show. Chris Rhodes hard at work early this morning. You saw the coverage on regional news and on RiverBender.com. One of the first on the scenes. Authorities are investigating the discovery of what they believe is a possible body in a vacant residence in the 100 block of Bonds Avenue. So many were curious about that on community groups and social media this early morning. It happened early this morning in East Alton, Monday the 17th. The East Alton Police Department, along with the fire department, responded to the scene around 4 a.m. Monday after a person checked on his mother's property. It was vacant and reported finding what appeared to be a burnt body, according to scanner traffic. Upon arrival, police cornered off this area with crime scene tape as they began their investigation. The situation prompted the involvement of Illinois State Police Crime Lab and the Illinois State Fire Marshal, both of which arrived on scene around 6:30 this morning, per Chris Rhodes, who wrote the story. They were seen entering and exiting this residence shortly after. The Madison County Coroner's Office also arrived to assist with the investigation. As of now, the circumstances surrounding the incident remain unclear, and authorities have not released any further information, but we are following this story closely, and we will keep you updated as more details do emerge. The East Alton Police Department has been contacted by RiverBender.com. They're in the midst of their investigation. However, no response at this time, but we will keep you updated when we hear something. Chris Rhodes was on the scene, and we will take you there now so you can get a little bit more details of what we're following this morning right here on RiverBender. just a little bit of those sights and sounds of what Chris Rhodes is out there on the scene now this morning doing. I would read that to you while the video is going on, but my monitor isn't doing what I needed to do today, but wanted to make sure that we got that information relayed to you. Coming down the pipeline in just about 9 minutes' time, we are going to be talking to Community RV and Boat Storage. And it's a really great business. I mean, Jon and Lisa are great people. They were so nice. They came on the show and they were just wonderful. And really to hear a little bit more about how they keep items secure and what kind of goes into the business is very, very fascinating. But as we have you at 10:22, wanted to make sure we gave you that big news story of the morning, and that's that Chris Rhodes is on the scene of what appears to be a body that has been found, a possible burn body inside that vacant property in East Alton. With that being said, you can stay tuned to RiverBender.com/news, and you can always stay up to date in real time all the time and never miss out on that. A couple of other stories that we are following this morning very briefly while we have you, and that's this very serious story out of Granite City. Jeremy Mifflin faces 13 felony counts of predatory criminal sexual assault after an 11-year-old victim reported the abuse to a teacher. Allegedly occurring between February the 1st and February the 10th of this year, just a few weeks ago, the assaults were disclosed when the victim mentioned Mifflin's, quote, creepy, end quote, behavior. Following an investigation, police executed search warrants on Mifflin's residence and phone and uncovered corroborating evidence, including explicit material. The victim provided further details during an interview at the Madison County Child Advocacy Center. Mifflin remains in custody amid an active order of protection that's set to expire in March. We'll keep you updated as more details do emerge. Madison County Sheriff's deputies and the Illinois State Police troopers responded to reports of gunfire early this morning in unincorporated Staunton. A victim found around 3:20 a.m. at the intersection of 3rd and Adams Avenue. Investigations indicate that the victim met with the suspect at a location when several shots rang out into the vehicle. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. The suspect fled, but authorities later identified and detained the individual at a residence in Warden. Investigators determined that those were involved were familiar with each other, and this was not a random act of violence. We'll keep you updated if more details do roll out in that case as well. And finally, what we're following this morning is a residential structure fire in Verdon on February the 15th did lead to the tragic death of a male individual. Here's what we know on this case. He was pronounced deceased at 10:06 a.m. The Macoupin County coroner, Anthony Cravagna, confirmed the identity of the deceased and cause of death are currently under investigation. An autopsy is scheduled for today, and a press release will follow after the autopsy. Multiple agencies, including the Verdon Police Department and the Office of the State Fire Marshal, are collaborating on the investigation, and they promise further updates as more information does become available. And one final story is another one that Chris Rhodes is following. The trial will resume tomorrow, and that's the trial of Bryce v. Andrews, and it has commenced at the Madison County Justice Center. He faces multiple charges, including 4 counts of first-degree murder. Andrews chose a bench trial with his defense acknowledging that he did kill his adoptive father and his husband, but attributing his actions to an undiagnosed mental illness. The prosecution alleges the victims were stabbed 117 times, and that Andrews attempted to conceal the crimes by burning the bodies and then the house. Witness testimony revealed the gruesome details of the scene and where the bodies were found. The trial again continues tomorrow, and Chris Rhodes is on the scene in the courthouse, bringing us the latest details from that awfully tragic case. Let's take a quick look at weather just so we can get our news brief finished up for this morning. It is cold out there. It's 15 degrees, and It's not going to be a day that you're going to want to be outside. This afternoon, more snow, and we'll talk about that in just a couple of seconds. Right now, it's 15 degrees, and it feels like 21. That winter storm watch has been issued, and it was issued this morning at 2:08, and it will run until February the 19th at 6 a.m. Here's what we can expect. Heavy snow. The total accumulations will range anywhere in the St. Louis region, not specifically for us, but just in the St. Louis region, 4 to 8 inches possible. In portions of South Central and Southwest Illinois and Central East Central Missouri from late tonight through late Tuesday night. Impacts are very simple. Travel will be difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact your commutes on Tuesday morning and especially your evening commute on Tuesday. We will pull up that weather map here in a second. Now, today it's going to be cold and cloudy, but we're going to get a wave of snow this afternoon, and that could push a lot of outdoor activities that might have gone on today just to get them in before the weather comes. That'll push those off. A little afternoon snow that will accumulate to a coating to around an inch, and that will continue into this evening before the system from the the storm comes in. So an overcast night, and as we fall into evening, it's going to get bitterly cold. Periods of snow late, accumulating a coating to an inch, so another accumulating portion this next 12 hours. And the only note is watch for slippery spots. This is a serious thing. There's no snow shovels. I'm being serious. I went to go try to find a snow shovel. You cannot find a snow shovel. I don't know if St. Peter's has one, or I got the last one at St. Peter's, the last good one. They had one of those red handle ones, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad one, but the good one, I got the last good one at the time. But I was reading something. They can't find snow shovels. Interesting. Hey, coming up down the pipeline, the next 5 days, that one's for you, Sydney. A high of 21 degrees today. However, that won't last very long, and I don't think we're even going to make it there. A low of 4. On Tuesday, a high of only 13 degrees, a low of 5. On Wednesday, a high of 14 and a low of -3. On Thursday, a high of 18, a low of 1. And on Friday, we warm up a little bit, a high of 30 and a low of 12 degrees. Don't yell at me. I'm just telling you the facts. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's a look at what's happening now. It's 15 degrees at 10:28. And again, we are seeing a little bit of that storms, or a little bit of that trickle of precipitation, don't want to call it a storm, starting to roll in here. And we'll pull that up just so you can see a little bit of what we're seeing here on our weather map. This is what we're calling for just a little bit after 12 today. So in just a couple of hours, we'll see a little bit of that snow coming in. Not much, but just about, like I said, up to an inch. Could be just a coating up to an inch of snow. That comes our way in just about an hour or two, and that's just going to be a little bit of a trickle. As you can see, by 2 p.m., that's going to wane off. However, there is going to be another chance. As you can see, by 7 or 8, there is a band that's still above there on your screen. So by 2 or 3, that snow is going to be on the ground. However, I don't think it's going to get warm enough to melt it off of anything. So just be mindful of that in the next 2 hours, that we are going to get a little bit of some precipitation. So if you have some problem spots outside, or maybe you have a little issue of refreeze because you put salt out this last weekend, just be careful of that. And then as we see heading into tomorrow, this is 12 a.m., and you can see that system, that first band is what they're calling that, right there into the morning. And then you can see that start to dissipate a little bit. That map actually did change, and by 11, that first wave's over, and then by 1 and 2, we're back at it. Full frontal is what they're going to be calling that one. The first one, not much to worry about. A couple inches of snow for sure, but the major problem spot's going to be this after 12 on Tuesday. So be careful of that. That's a look at the next couple of days, and that's a look at the next 24 hours in terms of what we can expect of the snow. I'm not going to give you snow totals because they're all changing all the time. They're saying 5 inches, 6 inches, up to 10 inches. We'll find out tomorrow, but that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. Before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on Carvers. Actually, I got to fill you in on a couple of people because I am really behind today. Hey, are you hosting a party and are you ready to cater your event and bring it to the next level? Carvers Barbecue is the way to go. At Carvers Barbecue, They treat you like family when you walk in the door, and that's why I love it. You know, at Carver's Barbecue, you walk in, it's that old-style kind of restaurant where the waitresses are friendly, the staff's friendly, and the food's fan-freaking-tastic. Are you kidding me? Do you not want a brisket burger today? Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that's not good. Tell me you don't want to eat that right now. That's my live read. I don't even need to talk. I can just sit there and let this video go, and you're ready to go eat at Carver's. Now cater at Carver's at carversbbq.com. Their sampler platters and catering options have it for every palate. If you're into that, spicier type of sauce I am, we have taste buds. When we have family gatherings, though, Carver's takes care of us because they know that we have people in my family that think ranch dressing spicy. So we got to kind of, separate them out and make sure they feel some love too. Carver's does it for us. We don't even need to cook for Christmas anymore. Christmas covered, Easter covered, Thanksgiving covered. Carver's got you covered all the time, whether or not you want lunch, dinner, or you're going to cater for 50. CarversBBQ.com. That's CarversBBQ.com. And don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. And my other live read, because I am behind today, is with my friends at Village Dispensary, because everyday special roll into the week this Monday by getting pre-rolls 20% off. You're heading into a snowpocalypse. Why would you be cooped up and bored? You could be cooped up and elevated without a hangover the next day. Thanks to our friends at Village Dispensary. Everyday special at Village Dispensary. And I just got off the phone with Willie Nelson, and he couldn't believe their inventory. He just couldn't believe it. I mean, honest to God, even Cheech and Chong said they were up in smoke over it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, they got deals for you on any type of product they want that you need, and their staff, truly the friendliest in the region. They'll have you in and out quicker than you can say Fast Times at Ridgemont High and, oh man, what is that called? What is Matthew McConaughey's like? It doesn't matter right now. But anyway, all I know is that you need Village Dispensary. They're a great supporter of our show, a great supporter of our community, and they want to see you there, and I do too. VillageDispo.com. And now we'll look at downtown Alton, and we can get our daily show moving along on this Monday next.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good. Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome into this Monday morning, 10:35. That's the time as we are starting off our week on the 17th day of February. In the studio now, Jon and Lisa, Community RV and Boat Storage.
Hello.
I learned that because I was dyslexic and put the other word first. How are we doing today, guys?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. It's a little chilly in the studio. 29 is actually the studio temperature, not the outside temperature yet. But with that being said, really great to have you all in studio. And really, Community RV and Boat Storage, a lot of people are having a need right now.
Yeah. There's been a big influx of people buying campers in the last few years, and we're finding out people need a place to put them that don't want to keep it in their driveway.
Right. Well, and, the neighbors get grouchy, or whatever happens. And really, just to have a nice, safe place to keep everything secured.
Yeah, keep it under cover and keep the weather off of them. We had those storms back in January.
That was fun.
And, we drove around. We saw all these campers sitting out with 2 inches of ice on them. Oh. And we're thinking, man, we need to get this thing out there so people know it's there. So
take me through that. When they come into your facility, take me through how the weather conditions, really don't bother it there.
Right. We just built a new facility up in Jerseyville behind Walgreens, and we've got 64 spaces, 30 and 40 foot bays, and some with electric, some without, in case somebody needs to plug in, and just keeps the weather off of them, and we've got bird netting on there to keep the birds off of them.
Wow.
And keeps it out of the weather, out of the sun in the summertime too. So it's easy access, getting in and out, and we're thrilled to have it open.
Well, here, let me show them something. Let me show them the picture. Here's where your RV and camper could be resting. Look at that. Yeah. Is that it? Correct?
That's the one.
Yep. I will find a way to get these things out there, That's really cool, though. But you're right. I mean, with all of the weather changes, I always wondered about that, especially for boats.
Man. Yeah. Boat covers, those, it's usually just a canvas cover, and you get ice on it, and then plus the sun just bakes it.
Right.
So it's just keeps it out of the elements and makes it last longer. Up in Jerseyville, the farmers, they keep all their equipment inside for a reason.
Right.
And people pay such amount of money for RVs and boats, and all you're doing is preserving the life of what your investment is.
See, that's what I think too. Why would you leave, especially with the way our weather is? It gets hot, cold, cold. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, you had the Brighton location for 3 years?
Yes, we've had it for 3 years. We got that, and it's got mini storage, and we started with that, and then we kind of got an idea, well, we could put some outside storage in the back of this thing. So we cleared the trees and put a fence around it, put some dusted on lights in, camera system, and that is an outside facility over there, and that was our first go around, and it's doing fantastic. Then we came across a piece of ground up in Jerseyville, and had the idea, wow, we could put something undercover. So
there you go. Well, and why not? Now I got to ask you: have you had any of the any great items to be stored yet? Has someone come in with some wild stuff to say, Well,
I've had a guy come down the street with his tractor up in Jerseyville, and he put it in storage. He's got it in there. Didn't see that coming. But I guess anything you've got, bring it in, and cars, trucks, any equipment, that kind of thing. We're kind of geared for boats and RVs, but whatever.
Well, if it fits, it'll work, right?
If it fits, it stays undercover. So,
what led to you getting involved in this?
Well, we had rental properties for several years, and it's always been real good and everything. But then it's maintaining and keeping up with all the repairs and stuff that go with that. We thought, man, we need something a little bit easier, and we noticed that around everywhere you go, the RV storage and mini storage, they're full.
Right. Everywhere. You're
everywhere.
Right.
And we've got a camper ourselves, and we had to drive, 45 minutes to take it somewhere to put it in for the winter.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's like, hey, I got an idea. Why don't we just do one? Because there's not any necessarily close that you can get your stuff out of the weather, and so that it just dawned on us, why don't we build our own and just go with it.
And they will come.
Yes, and it has. And so far, it's been great.
Did you expect it to be that quick?
Well, it's gone really, really good. But now that we're getting the word out, that's when the phone's really starting to ring.
Yeah.
So it's been a really good experience. And people, people that camp and boat, they're just a different breed. They show up, and they're just. We've got a guy that camps over in Batchtown along the river, and they live in Arkansas. And they brought their camper over, and he goes, man, this is perfect. I don't have to drag this all the way home. I can store it for the winter. We'll pick it up in the spring. So it worked out perfect.
Wow.
We've got a couple of those where they're just like, oh man, I don't have to haul this thing around. I get it back out of the weather.
Well, and I got to ask you, how does the business dynamic work here? So who's got what row?
Well, she keeps better tabs of the books and stuff. I'm kind of the hands-on, if something needs to be done or repaired or whatever, I'll jump in and do that. But she kind of handles the money and the security part of it.
So you're the boss.
Yes. She tells me what needs to be done.
Now, did you ever find yourself to be business owners? I mean, did you think this was going to happen ever?
Well, we have been business owners.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
years ago we had our own inspection business over in St. Louis, and we did real well with it. And so we're kind of entrepreneurial anyway.
Okay.
And this just seemed like a need in the community in the Madison County, Jersey County, Macoupin County area that just wasn't being met. There just wasn't anywhere to go.
Right.
So we just had a niche and thought, man, what a good idea. Let's do it. So
it's brilliant. I mean, and honestly, if there's a need, fill it. And that's kind of how I always encounter life. And I mean, you guys have got a great thing going on.
Yeah.
Just seeing it on your website and the drone footage and all that. Whose idea was that? Who was the drone footage?
That was her friend that's doing our webpage stuff, and he has a drone, and he did some flying around. And actually, she just called him and told him we need to update that because the gates that we have, the automatic gates up there, we just finished last week. So they're coded, they're ready to go, and so we'll have to update it because now it's finished up there.
Well, and what I think is really just impressive is your pricing.
Yeah.
It is very, competitive is an understatement.
Yeah, well, we called around to make sure, because our ultimate goal was to be competitive.
Right.
And we want to be the best deal. So if somebody's calling around, they're going to go, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to be out of the ballpark because I'd rather do well and it be full than trying to make too much and only have a handful of people in there.
Right.
So it's more cost effective to just be the best price that you can be, and that's what we really, really strive for.
100%.
Yeah.
Getting back in, how many spaces do you have available?
We've got 64 up in Jerseyville, and there's I think 32 right now in Brighton that are outside. And the one in Brighton is actually, we can expand once that gets full. It's getting there, and we've got more room in the back, and it's on the list of things to do.
This is really cool. You guys got a moment to take a quick break with me?
Sure.
We'll come back. We'll talk more about community RV and boat storage. 2 locations, one in Jerseyville, brand spanking new, and then one in Brighton. We'll come back with more Daily Show on this Monday after this.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good. Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hello, it's me. Welcome back, Daily Show hitting you on a Monday morning. We're taping this on a Friday. I gotta share with you the news. This is not a political stunt from CJ. I promise you I'm not going to go on any rant or anything, but breaking at 2:41, Governor Pritzker has announced that he's renaming Lake Michigan to Lake Illinois officially. So there we go. A win for Illinois. We're taking it right to Michigan. You know, what the hell? You know what? You won't have to worry about Lake Michigan over here at Community RV and Boat Storage because they got you covered. A very secure location with great facilities. I mean, the ceilings are huge on these.
Yeah. We when we were building those, they said, well, standard is 14 or 14 and a half, and boy, I tell you, some of them that have pulled in, I'm glad we bumped it up. We added another 1.5 feet to go to make sure that we were definitely high enough. And there's a couple of fifth wheels that have pulled in that look like they're big enough to live in. And wow. I'm glad we did the extra height because they are big.
I'm sure your clients are saying thank you for doing that too.
Yeah, and the guy, ironically, the guy from Arkansas said he was having a time finding something that was big enough for his camper to fit in.
I'm sure.
And he said, yeah, this is definitely tall enough and definitely wide enough. The bays are 12 feet wide, and that height is, I think, 16 feet. So we're incredible. Yeah. So if it doesn't fit in there, you can't be on the road.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it anyway. No spaceship will fit in there, is what we're saying.
No.
But what I think's really cool is, there's a lot of talk, because credit cards just are not anyone's friend as a small business owner with these fees.
Oh, yeah.
You give your customer an incentive. If you pay cash or check with your fees every month, you save $5.
That's correct. Yeah, it's easier. It's more convenient. And honestly, most of the customers we have go that route anyway. In fact, some of them, they'll pay 6 months ahead, write a check, and it's like, okay, see you in 6 months. So it's more convenient. You can pay in person up there or drop it off. We got a night drop, and we just make it as easy as we can for them.
Well, and it seems like, that's really good for the consumer to know, too, because sometimes payment options, if you're out of town, you don't want to keep sending checks over the mail. Just pay it for...
Right.
So you're really good at working with folks over there.
Right. We just make it as simple as we can, and a lot of people just appreciate it, and they take advantage of you doing that, and they'd rather do it in person. It's funny like that. We do have the online sign up. You can do everything online. Pick your spot. We make it easy for the people that like doing that, but we found that a lot of people like a impersonal, relationship. They come and talk to you. They walk through. They take a look. And at this point, it's like, well, take your pick here. Which ones you're comfortable getting into and out. Right. So it works good that way. Yes.
It's just great. And now if you want a physical location for Jerseyville, 310 McBride Street. That's
Correct.
That's right behind Walgreens.
Yes,
you're right.
Right behind Walgreens. Easy to get to, right off the main drag in Jerseyville.
And now, Brighton, what's your guys' address?
It is 15441 State Highway 111. If you're leaving Walmart coming through Godfrey, take 111 toward Brighton, about halfway up on the left. You can't miss it. You'll see us. You'll see all the campers. You'll see the storage buildings back there, and you can't miss it.
This is just so cool. And you guys can go online at any time to rvboatstorage.rentals.
Correct.
And you will see this. So that's what we're taking you to now, where you can see some of these plots. I'm zoomed in because I can't see it.
There you go.
But you can go through and see. I mean, look at that. That's the 12 by 40, by the way. But your 10 by 10s are starting at, at $30 a month.
Right. Yeah, well, like I said, we try to keep it as cheap and as efficient. You can get your riding lawnmower out of the winter weather, and not clutter up your drive or your garage.
I mean, look at that. A 12 by 40 with electric, you're looking at only 130. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's truly amazing.
Yeah. That's what we're striving for.
How do you guys do online bookings too? Can you book online?
Oh, yeah.
Over the phone?
You can do everything online. You go to the website, and if you just Google RV boat storage in Jerseyville, you'll find us, and you'll see both locations on there. You can take a pick, and there's drawings showing each individual lot, which ones are open. You can pick on the one you want. It gives you all the prices, and you can reserve it.
Well, and I think it's great for folks to know. I mean, there's 24/7 access to this facility. Security cameras. It's lit up real nice. And how long does that take of a process to really get a facility secure?
Well, it's like herding cats. It's been a long process. It took us the better part of last year to get this thing built. It's brand new.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, between the buildings, the site preparation, the buildings, dealing with stuff with the city, the lights, the electric, we had to put in a new electric panel, go into the pole. The security system, we had to have a guy come out. And, there's 16 cameras, so we've got every inch of it covered in and out. And there's a lot to it. So it took quite a bit to get everything together, and it just did. We literally just started the middle of December. So it's brand new.
Whoa.
It just opened.
Man, you're off to a hot start.
Yeah,
if that's the start time, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was. We were really pushing to get in before the end of the year. We just made it.
Wow. And now, when it comes to just that, I think it's great for you guys to know that. I mean, you have a top-notch. That's brand spanking new. There isn't just upgrades. This is just new.
Yeah, this is a brand new building. We had a crew come in from Oklahoma that this is what they do, and boy, they got after it, and they made it look beautiful. It's a really nice facility.
It really is. I mean, you just looking at the pictures, you put a lot of effort into this.
Oh yeah. We wanted it to be, people take their investment, they insure it with us to take care of it. And we want it to be a nice facility, easy in and out, and it needs to be top notch, and it is.
Really cool. And now, on the flip side of that, just in case folks are watching this and just tuning in and out of it this morning, any indoor storage at any of these facilities?
Yeah, we've got the mini storage up in Brighton. We've got 5x10s, 10x10s, 10x15, 10x20, and 10x25, and those are available. And then we've got the 10x10 inside, like for lawnmowers, motorcycles, that kind of small equipment. 10x15, that's where the guy put his tractor. Oh boy. And then the 10, and then the 12x30s and the 12x40s for the campers and boats, and that kind of thing. So.
Well, just for the folks, in case they're ready to make that phone call today, you guys are going to save, really, because just what your prices are. I mean, that's what I mean. You're
definitely.
Comparatively speaking, this is great. And where do you see your additions coming in the next couple of years? Do you have plans?
We're over, if you know where Olin is, their property over there off of 111 in Brighton, our property goes all the way back to them. It's a quarter mile back, and we've only used a third of it. So we've got some more room to expand, and that'd be the direction there. As soon as it gets full, we're going to start taking more trees out and expanding it. So we've got some room there. Jerseyville's full, but Brighton, we still got room to expand.
Brighton, room to grow. And now over there, you guys are almost finished up with some branding because you got. So what is this now? Community art at Community Storage. We got you covered.
Yeah, that's kind of our tagline because people can stick it in their head that man, I need a place to get this thing out of the weather, and we got you covered.
I love it.
and there you go. You're good to go.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by today.
Appreciate it, CJ.
For more information, rvboatstorage.rentals, or you can find out more just by Googling or giving them a phone call, 618-494-8811. Office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. We'll link everything on an article on RiverBender.com. We'll take a quick break and wrap up this Monday morning next.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grabs like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20.